Following an attempted carjacking in Washington, D.C., in which 19-year-old former DOJ staffer Edward Corristine, a.k.a. Big Balls, was assaulted, President Trump threatened to federalize Washington, D.C. if local leaders fail to curb youth crime. On Truth Social, here's what he said.
D.C., are you considering taking over the D.C. police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing D.C. to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television, actually. They were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness, and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're going to do something about it. So whether you call it Federalize or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
White House Chief of Staff Stephen Miller did not parse words on this matter.
The president has been very clear that he is going to take the action necessary to secure the city of Washington for the people who live here, for all the American people and all who visit here. It's our capital city. It is more violent than Baghdad. It is more violent than parts of Ethiopia, parts of many of the most dangerous places in the world.
Supporters such as U.S. Attorney Janine Piro backed Trump's call for tougher action, arguing that D.C.'s juvenile justice system coddles offenders and enables repeat crime.
The problem in D.C., and President Trump, in his effort to make D.C. safe and beautiful, said to me, I want you to enforce the law to make sure that there's accountability. And I spoke to the president yesterday at length about what was going on here. I said, if you're 14, 15, 16, or 17 years old, you get coddled, as you do in most American Democrat cities. So I can't charge these people.
Eleanor Holmes Norton, the district's non-voting delegate to Congress, blasted Trump's remarks as, quote, an outrageous attack on the democratic rights of D.C. residents, and vowed to fight any attempt to revoke home rule. The standoff underscores two sharply divided views, those demanding swift federal intervention to combat perceived rising crime in the nation's capital, and those warning it would be unconstitutional overreach that disenfranchises D.C. residents. Now, Mayor of D.C., Muriel Bowser, for her part, normally a pretty loudmouthed critic of President Trump, seems to have stayed mysteriously neutral on this matter. Joining us now is Project 21 Chairman, Senior Fellow of the National Center for Public Policy Research, and author of the book, Put You All Back in Chains, How Joe Biden's Hurt Black Americans, Horace Cooper. Horace, thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Why is D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser so quiet on this matter? It seems to indicate there's some concern that Trump could, in fact, federalize D.C.
Well, there are a couple of things. There are a number of major initiatives that the mayor's interested in. For instance, the so-called Washington Commanders. They're looking for a huge multi-billion-dollar complex to be brought into the city, and that is going to require federal support and federal approval for it to occur. Not being on the president's side creates some obstacles for this. But an even broader issue is this. Home rule is a congressionally created entity or institution.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.